Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Alicia and today we are doing some more Valentine's baking. So I'm actually going to be making a fault line cake using some love heart sweets. It's going to be a white chocolate and strawberry cake, which just screams Valentine's Day to me. You know, chocolate covered strawberries on top, really romantic. So let's get baking. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius. That's for a fan assisted oven. And then we're going to get on with our white chocolate sponge. So I want to cream together the butter and sugar. And as always, I will leave the description and as always, I will leave the ingredients in the description box. There we go, got there in the end. And we are going to be using a creaming method today, which means that we need to whip loads of air into the butter and sugar. We're going to leave it for about 5 minutes on a medium to high speed. There we go, and this is the consistency that you're looking for, really light, pale and fluffy. So now it's time to crack in the eggs. I've got 6 eggs and I'm going to crack them in 2 at a time, mixing for a few minutes between each one. Well, each 2. Once all your eggs are mixed in, you can add in the milk and vanilla. And give it another mix for about 30 seconds. And once you've added in all of your fats, basically, your mixture can split. If it does, don't panic, it will usually correct itself once you put the flour in, which is what we're going to do now. So this is a gluten-free recipe, so I am using gluten-free self-raising flour and I've got some xantham gum in here as well. Then we're just going to fold that in on the lowest speed and stop mixing as soon as it comes together. So I'm going to finish folding everything by hand. So you just want to go in a figure of 8, make sure you've got all the flour off the sides and everything off the bottom. Then we're going to pop in our white chocolate. So I've cut the white chocolate between shavings and chunks and give that a fold in, exactly the same way that you've done the flour. Then we can pop it in our tins. So I've got 3 6-inch tins here, which I have greased, lined and floured, and I'm just going to distribute the mixture between the 3. And you just want to smooth them around. Now these are going to take a little bit longer to cook because I have used an 8-inch recipe for 6-inch cake tins, but it's because I want the layers to be really tall. So they're probably going to take about 30 to 35 minutes, but you can check them with a skewer, and when it comes out clean, they are ready to come out of the oven. The cakes are out of the oven now. I left them to cool in their tins for about 10 minutes before turning them onto a cooling rack. So I'm going to get on with the buttercream now. This is going to be a white chocolate buttercream. So the first thing I'm going to do is whip up the butter. I have got some softened butter in here and we're going to whip it up for a good 5 to 10 minutes until it turns pale and silky smooth. Our buttercream is lovely and silky and smooth, and it has gone really pale, which is a good sign that your, if I can get this back on, it'll be helpful. There we go, which is a good sign that your butter is ready. So I'm going to add in the icing sugar now in 2 stages. Start it off on a really slow speed because you're going to get icing sugar everywhere like I already am. And then increase the speed and mix it for about 3 to 5 minutes in total. Then add in the second half of buttercream and mix it again the same as you did before. time to add your white chocolate. So I've got some melted white chocolate here which has cooled down, and I'm going to add this in. And just give it a mix on a low speed until it's all come together. Then you want to add some milk and vanilla in just to loosen the mixture up a little bit. Just make sure you've got everything off the sides mixed in. Then you just want to give it a little taste, make sure you're happy with the chocolate flavour. Perfect. So now we just need to wait for the cakes to cool down and we can start decorating. The cakes are nice and cool, the buttercream is done, I've chopped some strawberries up here to put in between the layers. So now it's time to decorate it all. So I've got a cake board here and I'm going to put a little bit of buttercream down just to act as a glue. Now as you can see, I have taken the caramelisation off the cakes. Obviously because there's white chocolate in there, it's quite a sugary cake, so it's really easy to caramelise even on a low temperature. So I've just chopped the caramelisation off, stick that down, get a nice big blob of buttercream and spread it around. Chopped up strawberries and just squish them in. And get your next layer, pop it on top, and make sure it is nice and central. And again, nice big dollop of buttercream. And with this you can just spread it around the edge a little bit. Use it as part of your crumb coat, just like so. Some more strawberries. Then you can work on your crumb coat. Slipping and sliding. Okay, so I've got a nice tall scraper here and I'm going to start smoothing it off. And if you see any gaps, you can just take it off your scraper and fill it in. More buttercream if you need it. Now I actually don't need this to be neat at all because as a fault line cake you're going to put quite a lot of buttercream on the top and at the bottom third and the top third, and in the middle we're going to put some decoration around it. So you just want a crumb coat on it to lock all the crumbs in place. We're going to put it in the fridge for 10 minutes because I am going to start sticking these on around the fault line, and obviously I need it to still be sticky, but I just want it to firm up slightly so it's not as wibbly wobbly. Okay, Okay, cake is out of the fridge. I'm going to start putting my love hearts on now. So I'm going to start in the very centre and make a row. Then I'm going to go one above. And then a row below. Just like so, and then I'm going to pop that in the fridge for a good half an hour to properly solidify, and then we can get on with the buttercream around the top and the bottom. So for the buttercream at the top and the bottom, I'm actually going to colour it red. So I have got some Sugar Flare Red Extra here, and I'm going to put a big lot of colour in. Now red colouring is really hard to achieve, so you're going to have to put quite a bit of colouring in. And just keep going until you get a nice shade of red. Still looks really pink on camera, but it is definitely going more red. And just keep adding more and more in. See, when I hold it up to the actual lens, it looks hot pink, but when you look in there, it looks red. So I'm going to leave it like that because it looks a shade of red in real life. So the cake is out of the fridge, so I'm going to start putting on the red buttercream. I'm going to start at the top and work it around the edge. And then you just want to keep putting it around the top. You want to go over some of the love hearts, and you want it so it's kind of like, so it's not neat. So you want some of it to be high, you want some of it to be low. So once you've put a layer on, you just want to make sure that it's nice and thick. And once you're happy with it, you want to grab your scraper and just very gently smooth it out. Pretty happy with that. It needs a bit of tidying up, but I'm happy with it so far. And then you want to take the top off. I'm going to get a knife, and any bits I'm not happy with I'm just going to take off. Then once you're happy with it, you just want to pop it in the fridge for another half an hour. So whilst the cake is chilling, I'm going to get on with my chocolate covered strawberries. So I've washed these strawberries, I've melted some chocolate and popped it in a glass because it's the easiest way to coat some strawberries, and then I have got some white chocolate which I'm going to drizzle on as well. So I'm going to give it a good dunk. I love chocolate coated strawberries. And just pop it on some greaseproof paper. I don't think I'll need all of these strawberries, but will go until we've run out of chocolate or strawberries, whichever comes first. I think we're gonna run out of strawberries first. Got loads of chocolate left. Although, I'm struggling to reach the chocolate now. Oh no, I've got chocolate all over me. Just like that. Is it weird that I could literally drink this? A cup of dark chocolate. Then with some white chocolate, I'm just gonna drizzle it over. Perfecto. So now we just wait for them to dry and then we can pop them. Oh, you can't see them properly. There we go. So now I've got to do the waiting game. The waiting game's boring. I'm so impatient. I'm going to check on the cake though, because it's been about 25 minutes. See if it is nice and firm, and then I can start decorating with some more buttercream. Cake's nice and firm, so I'm going to start putting some swirls of buttercream on top. So if you start with 4 corners essentially, and then you'll know that they'll be fairly evenly spaced. And I just like to do a little star to fill in the gaps. Just like so. Looks cute, doesn't it? Wonder if we should do anything around the bottom. This is my problem with cakes, is that I end up doing too much and it ruins it. Do we do anything around the bottom? No. Don't do it. Don't do it, Leisha. Hold off. I'm gonna get a cake scraper and just scrape off all of the buttercream off the cake board. Next, I'm gonna paint around the edge of the fault line with some gold paint, just to tidy it off nicely. So I am using Rainbow Dust metallic gold paint. I like to get a cake scraper and just put a little bit on. I find that it's just easy to work with instead of getting it out of the bottle every time. And then you just sort of want to follow the edge and paint a gold line. It doesn't have to be neat, just however you want. I do kind of think with fault line cakes that the messier they are, the better they look. Like, not obviously really messy, but just kind of rough around the edge, literally. Not a perfectly straight line. I don't know, I just like it, which is really hard because when you bake cakes, you become a proper perfectionist, and perfection, well, you can never achieve perfection. So I'm never 100% happy with cakes I do. Like, I can always see something that I can do better, which I guess is a good thing in some ways, but it can also be a very bad thing because you just set really hard expectations for yourself. And that's why I always say on this channel that nothing has to be perfect. I try and make things as simple as I can. And it's helped, you know? It's helped me realise that not every cake has to be perfect. Well, no cakes are. I'm sure most bakers probably feel the same way. There we go. I just think it finishes it off really nicely. So now I'm going to do the bottom one. So I'm just going to pop a mixture of sprinkles in the centre. I'm going to slide a mat under these so I can pop them in the fridge for a little bit. Strawberries are out of the fridge. So I'm just going to gently peel them off. And then pop similar sized ones. Just like so. And that is the cake complete. I think it looks very, very cute, even if I do say so myself. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you give it a try, please let me know in the comments. Happy Valentine's Day for Sunday, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.